Okay. By taking Vijay's concern and consent, I'm recording this session so that this session is completely used for educational purpose, not to disclose to any other third-party websites. It's only related to the educational, right? So with this
Yes.
consent, because we have a policy, that we have a policy which is there from Zoom, right? So that's the reason why I'm telling you this over this a small recording. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
got it, Vijay? So this
Yes,
is
got it.
for a concern what I'm doing. Now, looking at the syllabus, we had a small introduction of ourselves, and let me just look with the syllabus which is given by the Power BI Training Institute, that is NI Analytics. NI Analytics is, you're quite aware of it, it's more or less into training and consulting of data analyst or any other tools like Power BI, Tableau, SQL, Python, Java full stack developer, and other technologies which are currently booming in the market. So we call it as trending technologies or Industry 4.0 technologies. Some related areas are also there. Now, one thing is clear that this course will be of 1 month and it would be only on weekdays, right? Weekdays, and it would be only for 1 hour duration over the weekday. Okay, so it might be 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. and the mode of language is English. Okay, so we are not going to use any other languages. We are going to use English in this training session that we have for Power BI. Okay. Now, looking
Yeah.
at this syllabus here, we will be starting with the introduction to Power BI, and I'll be starting with some basics of data science and business intelligence, and moving on to the Power BI components as well. The first thing what we will do here is we'll just see the syllabus, and later we'll move on to the PowerPoint presentations, and I'll be telling you to install Power BI desktop, and we will be going on and building a simple visualizations, and we can see that how Power BI is quite useful in analyzing the relative data set that we have. Okay, so I believe that you are a sales and a marketing guy. You have started as your career just after your graduation in 2016, and later you had a 4 year career into sales and later into marketing, right? And
Marketing.
later you
Yes.
went to
Yes.
the UK, and I hope that you have completed your masters right there.
Yes, masters. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's MBA, right?
Yes. MBA in specialization in project management.
Yeah, project management. That's a good area to begin with, right? So
Okay.
later you have taken a small break and you have moved into this training. Okay. So to begin with, Power BI. I hope that you know what is BI, right? So can you let me know what is BI? It is business.
Business intelligence.
Exactly, right?
Intelligence.
So business intelligence. And I believe that you have got relative courses in your MBA, such as business analytics, and later we have some data analytics and business analytics and project management. Likewise, you have many courses. Now, this tool is entirely dedicated into data analytics first, and later how we can develop business with the data which is available to us is the point of discussion over this tool, which is quite useful for any role or any data analyst as a matter of fact. Okay, so this is what we will be doing here and learning with this course of Power BI. Now, first, we need a tool, right? We need a tool. So, if
Yeah.
I tell you to cut a vegetable, you can't cut it in bare hands. You are not like a superhuman or any other supernatural power. You don't have it. Now, what you will be doing? You need a tool, right? So that is why
Yeah.
we have got the business intelligence tool that is quite dominant in the market right now, and most of them are moving towards this area, which is called as Power BI. So you might ask me which company has developed this. Do you know any idea? You got any
Yeah.
idea how?
Actually,
Uh,
no.
yeah, you don't have any idea. That's fine. So it's developed by Microsoft Corporation, right? Microsoft Corporation. Yes. So just when you finished your graduation, this tool was picking up in the market. It was just like having baby steps in the market. And the earlier tool, which was used quite 2 decades ago, was Excel. And later we moved on to SSRS for our reporting service and SSAS for our analysis services. Likewise. Okay. So we have SQL Server, reporting services, SQL Server, analysis services, SQL Server integration services is what we generally consider. And this entirely was called as Microsoft Business Intelligence, which is called as MSBI. Okay, this is called as MSBI. Now, with some limitations in these tools, the development of Power BI was done or was carried out, and it took the market with a storm, just like Maxwell's innings in the World Cup in 2023. It took it by storm, right? So, from the past 7 years, now 2016 was where it was growing in its baby steps until the year 2023. Up to this point, it is the number one BI tool in the market. Believe it or not, it is the number one BI tool in the market, right? So you have got a lot of varieties of knives, but you choose the right knife to cut the vegetable, right? With sharp and also handy one, and also a proper make, right? So in the similar manner, to do any data analysis, we go for choosing Power BI as one of the tools. And our data analyst and most companies are preferred for using Power BI as their, right? So this was a quick introduction about Power BI. And what I'll be doing here is I'll be just stop sharing the screen right now, and I'll give you the rights to share the screen, and I'll tell you how to download Power BI Desktop because it takes time to download Power BI Desktop. And after you download it, I'll tell you how to install it as well. Okay. So can you share your screen,
Okay.
Vijay?
Sure. Yeah. Are you able to see my
Okay.
screen?
Yeah, it's quite visible. And in the search bar, just go to the search bar,
Yeah.
search bar. Just taskbar is there, no? Just come down. Uh,
Oh, search bar. Oh, sorry, sorry. Of the Windows. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, it's
Sorry.
fine.
Yeah.
Windows search bar. Yeah. So just type Microsoft Store. Store. Yeah. Okay. Just click on that. Good. So now your Microsoft Store opens. And may I know what is the latest version of Windows that you're using right now?
I think it's Windows 10 only, right? Windows 10 or 11.
Okay, okay, it's fine. It's fine. I hope that I'll get to know once you install. Just go to this search bar of search apps, games, and all. Just type Power BI Desktop. Absolutely correct. So the first one, you just click on the first one. Yes, absolutely. Just click on Get. Okay. So what happens here is you are downloading it from Microsoft Store, and it is getting downloading at the moment. It's nearly 600 or 500 MB of data, that you should have to download the Power BI desktop version. Now, why am I doing this to download in Microsoft Store is, now let me tell you, Power BI is an app. Oh, it's 700 MB. That's really a good development in the latest version of Power BI. So just like, let me tell you, you have WhatsApp, you have Insta, you have other applications such as your mail and other related social media applications as well. Now, do you think that you have installed it for the first time and are you fine with that? You don't want to update it?
Oh, oh, which one? The Power BI. The app should be constantly
I'm just
updated, right?
asking
So
you a simple question. You have installed WhatsApp and you want to see the
yeah.
latest feature in it, right? Don't you want
Mm-hmm.
to go to the Play Store and go for updating it?
True, true.
True, right? Yeah.
Just go to the
So,
place. So, yeah.
yeah. So that's what we all are here for, where the term update is quite common in IT sector. If you don't update, you're left behind. So we'll wait for another few seconds. Yeah, it's downloaded. And once it's downloaded, it's installing and you can click on open. Yes. Now, this is one of the easiest way to install Power BI desktop. It takes a bit of time to launch. And here in Power BI desktop, we have got this super interface, which is quite common. This is a pop-up window. You can just close this pop-up window. It gives you a heads up about this Power BI. And don't worry about collaborate and sharing. We will help you to create a trial account in doing it. And this is a simple interface, Vijay, you have used
Mhm.
to download and you have successfully installed Power BI Desktop. Okay. So how do you feel about the look and feel of this Power BI Desktop software?
It's, it feels like a combination of Paint and Excel.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely correct. Because visualization is one thing that is quite commonly used while we are creating reports. Now we will see that in a while because that's the point that we have here where we can create a proper visualization. Now we can just close it, Vijay. I'll just take the can just stop sharing and can just keep it. So we were talking about the updates, right? So we were talking about the updates, and here when we use any software, so let me write here. When we use any software, this software is generally having updates. Okay, generally having updates. Now, every month, Power BI has got an update, just like a feature, just like a small update. For example, some AI features or some related visualizations or any online services that are there. Now, the latest one that you have installed today is 15/11/2023. On that date, you have installed. Maybe somewhat around like 7:15, you have installed it. Now, there might be an update in the midnight which comes around 16/11/2023. So you have installed it using Microsoft Store, where you can have a restart of your system. Okay, you can have a restart of your system each and every month, maybe after 21st of every month, if you restart your system, or it asks directly to go for a restart of the system. So in that case, you can restart your system after 21st or maybe after 25th of every month and the recent updates will be installed automatically. Got it, Vijay?
Mhm.
Right? So if you want the recent updates, you can restart your system.
So it automatically updates like
Yes,
whenever it
the
asks for
Power
the
BI
restart, the
is
entire all the
automatically
apps
updated.
related to Microsoft is updated.
Got it, right? So no need to worry about just like WhatsApp, you just go to the Play Store and click on update.
Yes, okay.
So each and every time you click on restart, your Power BI application will be directly installed in your system. Okay. Got it, Vijay? So no need to worry about any further installations or further more additions,
Updates.
so on. So it doesn't require any such installations at the moment. Okay, got it? So this is what
Yeah.
we can appreciate from the Microsoft Store. And let me tell you that this is one of the tool which we will use for Power BI, that is data and visualization. Getting my point here? Data and visualization. Now, I totally believe that I do have my close friends circle who are there at out of countries, especially in US, UK, Australia, and as well as in Thailand and Bangkok. So, what generally they feel is they have to cook by themselves. They cannot afford the cost of living or the food that they have. So, one thing that's very tough for them is to prepare food, right? I think that you have also faced the same uh, a sort of a problem, I believe.
Challenge. Yes.
I hope things are good at your end, Vijay.
No, yeah, good. I was just setting down my this thing table. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. So, yes, so preparing food is one thing that is hurting you, or maybe you would have got some problems while preparing your food, or you may not have faced any problems. Now,
No,
one
no, no.
thing is
I need
clear.
everything when I went there.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So, when we talk about preparing food here, we certainly go for having the first one, the raw vegetables or the raw meat, whether you want to go for a veg or a non-veg. Then you
Mhm.
just have to cut it. Next, like some salt, pepper, and you just boil the vegetables and cook it. And later you serve it. And if serving is there, you just have to serve it for like 5 to 6 people, so that it's a round table environment that you create. Now, you might be thinking that why Anup is saying certain things. He needs to concentrate on Power BI development and all. Now, my simple idea here is to relate the common things which are there, such as the daily activities and also the Power BI development or any software related process or any software related ideas that we share. One thing is clear here when we talk about data and visualization, we need a data set. I hope that you are having an idea about data set, right? So you have got rows and columns, and you have got proper headers and appropriate file sizes also there, right? So once we have having certain rows and columns with proper headers and file size, so we are going to have in a similar way while we are getting the raw vegetables, I compare it with a data set. Okay. For example, the client who is working at some McKinsey or Bain and Company or Deloitte, so they tell you to get the data set, right? So what is the end point here? We want a report at the end, right? Report at the end. So how do you say? Now I tell you to prepare food. Now what you will be asking me? Where are the raw vegetables, right? Yes, the same thing is here. The first thing what we consider as a data analyst is to get a right data set. Getting my point, right, Vijay?
True, true. Got it. To
Yeah,
make good food, you need good data, like vegetables, like that's what you're saying, right? To make good
yeah,
data set.
absolutely correct, Vijay. Absolutely correct. Now you said about good data set. Okay, good data set. But do you expect good data set or clean data set every time?
I don't think so. That's possible every time.
It's not at all possible in the data world, Vijay. So we have to be very careful when we are talking about a data set here. That is 95 to 98% of the time, you see that the data set is unclean, okay, unformatted, unformatted, and unstructured, unstructured. Right. So one, unclean, unformatted, and unstructured. Yes, that's what raw vegetables that we get. So we have to wash them or clean them before cutting it and boiling it or using it for our cooking purpose. Now, again, in Power BI itself, what we need to do here is we need to perform a simple operation which is called as ETL, which means that I have extracted the data, I have transformed the data. I need to transform, not I have, I should transform the data. Now, can you guess what is the L? It is
Extract, transform,
load the data.
load.
Okay. So we have
Okay.
an inbuilt tool in Power BI desktop itself, which is called as Power Query Editor. Okay. So we call it as Power Query Editor. Clear with my point here, Vijay? So
Yeah.
in Power BI itself, we have got an inbuilt tool which is called as Power Query Editor. Clear with the point,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Yes, I hope that you're
Yeah. Yeah.
clear.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So once you have a simple data set here to perform the unclean, unformatted, and the unstructured data, we go for Power Query Editor. Now, it might be removing rows and columns, adding prefix and suffix, adding another column based on the existing columns, or want to find out some distinct values and unique values. Okay, so there are wide varieties of options that are present in Power Query Editor. We will explore that as time comes. Okay, so
Okay.
this is one thing which is Power Query Editor, which is involved in the ETL process.
Okay.
Getting my point, Vijay,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Yeah. So once we have got Power BI Desktop, you don't have to install anything else. Once you have installed Power BI Desktop, it's fine. You don't have to install anything. Got it?
Hmm.
So for your data and visualization, and I'll tell you in few more minutes, we'll talk about Power BI online service as well, or cloud-based Power BI that we will talk, which is involved in publishing the report and creating a dashboard at the end. Now that's what the endpoint is. We create a report, but it has to be turned into a dashboard as well. And we will also talk about what's the difference between a report and also the dashboard. Now, until this point, if you have any doubts, you can just let me know, Vijay.
So simple enough. Got it.
It's fine. Shall we proceed?
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
I hope that you are picking with the pace. I don't have to worry about
Yeah.
the
Trust me,
pace.
this was just an introduction, right? It's quite good. Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah, I hope that you are picking up. Not a problem at all.
Yeah. Not a problem.
Okay, right. So I'll just turn on the timer so that I'll be quite aware of what's going on.
Mhm.
Now, the focus here is on Power BI desktop, what we call we get the data. That is the data set what we have. I'm telling you the process involved in developing a report and a dashboard. That is getting a data. Next, we transform the data.
Mhm.
We transform the data. Next, now just before moving on to the next step, I'll tell you that do you get only one data set?
I think there'll be multiple, right?
Absolutely. Yes, you are absolutely correct. It's not only one data set that we have. So we get a data set which is generally called as multiple data sets here from different data sources as well. Now, generally, we take MS Excel and we get the data. That's one of the data source. And from the server, we call it as SQL server. And from the cloud, which is generally called as Azure Cloud. From Microsoft, we have Azure Cloud. And we have also got some third party applications. And also we have got web related services. Okay. And in Excel as well, we have text or CSV format. Now, what do you call text or CSV format as? Like, what do you have a full form of CSV? I hope that.
Excel. I don't know the full form. Mostly a CSV format are Excel sheets, right? Like,
Yeah, I totally
uh,
agree. But it's not, Excel is not equal to CSV. Let me tell you that. If you know that, what is the full form? Because as a business development executive, you would have got a basic idea about the source of
CSV
file,
files, yes.
which is called as, yes, getting my point here, Vijay. So it's called as
Okay.
text or CSV value, which is called as C for comma, S for separated, V for values, which is comma separated values. Getting the point here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are small things that we'll be using as a short one, and we can also get the data from simple PDFs. Okay, we can also get data from simple PDFs, and we can enter the data manually as well. Okay, so there would be some 4 to 5 rows and some 3 columns. So we can enter the data manually in Power BI. Okay, so as I was talking a few minutes ago, where we don't have only one data source or data set, we have got multiple data set, and what needs to be present here is we need to model the data. That is one important thing here. We need to model the data. Now, this is transform of data. Here, we call the data as queries. Now, as soon as I push my data into the data modeling, we call it as tables, right? Getting my point here? In transform of data, we'll be talking about customer query, sales query, just like e-commerce data that I'm talking about here. Just we have a discussion which is related to queries in Power Query Editor. Okay, in Power Query Editor, we call it as queries. Now, as soon as I come into data modeling, which is model the data as well, we call it as tables. Getting the point,
Yeah.
right?
Queries and tables.
Yeah, queries is what we refer in Power Query Editor, and tables is what we have in data modeling, right? So I'll talk about data modeling, which is like if you have tables here, like for example, this might be a sales table, this might be a customer table, this might be a product table. So how we can relate it with respect to the different tables, and we get the data out of it. Okay, I mean the visualization or the report that we are talking here, right? So that is what the relationship that we create between the existing tables is called as data modeling. Getting my point here? So we have got many types of relationships. Like for example, let me ask you a simple question. You are a customer. I hope that you have gone to Reliance Superstore or DMart or any other
Yeah.
like Zudio or anything to buy
Stores and
clothes
all.
or anything, right? So will you go there for only one time?
In the sense, no, no. Like, there'll be certain requirements which keeps on popping up, so I'll have to keep on visiting, right?
Yes, exactly, right? So assume that you are one of the richest person in this state, Karnataka. So you
Mhm.
have to do like lots of shopping and uh, different brands or different clothes that you wear, right? So you cannot have one-time purchase of all the clothes. You keep on visiting the store each and every time, right? So in such way, what we will do here is we will be having a related customer where I call it as C1. So he visits the store and he does a sale multiple times. Okay, multiple times, right? So it's not only one time, he does it multiple times, right? So you cannot have only one customer. You are having sale one. The same customer has sale two, sale three, sale four, sale five, and so on. So you need to get the total cumulative sales that he has done by the customer. If you don't have a relation between the tables, then it is important to have a relationship to find out what is the total sales that he has done. Getting
Okay.
my point here? So, yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
So you're just
customers,
asking us to see like how many sales one customer has done, like
yes,
has bought,
exactly, exactly,
and make
right.
it
So that's why you need to
in one
model the data.
customer.
Okay, now I told you that you prepare your food, you just keep it in a cooker, and you just say eat it. Now, is that a right way to serve any guest?
Hmm. Yeah, have to serve it. Five people have to serve now.
Is that the right way to treat the guest or maybe people who are there at your home? The answer is no, right?
No, no.
So you
Yeah.
have to serve it. Now, what you can do here is you have to get a appropriate visualization, like a plate, like a bowl. You cannot serve a jamun over a plate, right? Or can you
Yeah.
serve a related dish in a bowl? It's not possible, right? It's not good to eat in that. In a similar fashion, we have got a right visualization selection, and you need to build a report and publish it as a dashboard. Got it? And publish it as a dashboard. Now we'll talk about visualization, types of visualization, and some features which are there in visualization as well. And we will develop a simple report and we will analyze the data over it. Got my point here, Vijay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yes? Is it fine with you?
Yes. Yes. It's
Okay.
fine. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is what I wanted to mean here, which is nothing but say the first one is get data. It is a simple process. Get data. Like I'll talk as from data sources. Next, we have got get data from data source. Next, we have got transform the data. Next, we have got model the data. Next, we have got say visualize the data, visualization that we have visualize the data. Next, we have got say collaborate and share, collaborate and share. So these are the five simple steps that we have in Power BI development. Okay, report development or dashboard development that we have. So we generalize it as Power BI development. Okay, you have to remember this. First is getting data from the different data sources, transform the data. Next, we have got model the data. Next, we have got visualize the data. And next, we talk about collaborate and share the report and dashboard. Okay, so we have a few more things to discuss there. So we'll wait for the meeting to end. We have got less than a minute right now. So I hope that this is a procedure, general procedure in BI development. It might be any tool as a matter of fact. I generally call it as general procedure or general steps that we have in BI development. clear with the point here, Suhail? I mean, sorry, not Suhail, sorry.
Yeah, Vijay.
Vijay? Yeah.
Got it. Vijay, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Vijay. Okay, then. So
Yeah,
I hope that we can just stop sharing.
I'll reconnect to the same one.
Yeah, we'll just wait for the meeting to end and just take a 5 minute break and we can reconnect back and we'll have another 20 minutes left out, which will cover 1 hour. Okay.